Okay, well, this is a very, I don't know, maybe it will be a very short video. I'm in the middle of fixing a new computer, or rather fixing up a borrowed computer. I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I did not intend to make a video today. What with it being election day and everything, I'm too unsettled to make a video, and I thought I'd get to work on connecting up my computer. Oh, I didn't tell you. My old computer died yesterday. This one you see here is actually being lent to me by the computer shop. And I've just discovered it's a different model and it has a whole lot of different connections, and I've run out of connections. So my mouse, for instance, I don't have a connection for that at the moment. So I've been trying to figure out ways of dealing with this. Anyway, while I was busy trying to work out how to sort out my computer and trying to decide on getting another one, I was listening to YouTube videos and I saw an interview between a rabbi and an interviewer called Jonathan Sacerdote. Now, the rabbi in question was the old guy he's not so old actually, he just happens to have a disability, so he looks a bit older than he is. He was the one who's running as a Conservative candidate in part of Manchester, and he was invited to a mosque, as were all the candidates, to talk to them or to answer questions. And you know what? He had to sit outside the mosque. He couldn't go into the mosque, or rather they told him it would be better that he would be sitting outside, because then people could talk to him when they came out from prayers. Well, I'll leave you to think about that one. But it turns out that the video of that man berating this Rabbi Saunders, that man was the man who was not only filming but who uploaded that video afterwards. That is, it wasn't a critic of the man who was doing the shouting. It was that Mr. Shouty himself he uploaded this video, which means he was proud of what he'd done, of how he'd acted. He was proud enough of that to upload it to the internet for all to see. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I have a connection here. I have this. I don't have any ports for either of these. Anyway, yeah, so this guy, he really wanted everyone to see how bravely he'd behaved. And actually, Jonathan Sacerdote also remarked on what I'd already remarked on, that not one of the other people around him, around the rabbi, intervened to tell this Mr. Shouty to behave better to a guest. Not one of them. Sacerdote pointed that out. I'd already noticed that. I suppose anybody would have noticed that. But yeah, can't get over it. He actually was proud enough to put that up on the internet. That he considered the behaviour of a Muslim, admirable behaviour. People like that do not belong in a Western society, because bullying old people isn't something we're supposed to do here. Now, I want to point something out to you. You can learn a lot about a civilization by looking at their folk tales. And if you, I've made a study of this, as you will have imagined, you get European folk tales, and they run along this line. Third son, youngest son, sets off to find his fortune and ends up marrying the beautiful princess. So we all know that story. But on the way there, he's walking through the woods, and there's an old man or an old woman collecting wood, an injured bird or something. And this young man shares the last of his food with this old person or the animal or whatever, and it turns out that this old person or the animal, they're not really old infirm people. They're in horrible situations. They are actually fairies or good spirits or angels or something like that, and they reward the young man by telling him where he might find his fortune in one way or another. Or like the birds, they're kind to a bird, so the bird helps him pick out grains or sort grain or something like that. You know the story. But if you look at the stories in 1001 Nights, for instance, the Arabic tales, if you help somebody who's infirm, you get nothing but grief. One of the Sinbad stories, he helps an old man across a river, and when he gets to the other side, he discovers that the old man has more or less, he carries the old man on his shoulders, and when he gets to the other side, the old man is more or less welded to his shoulders. And he forces Sinbad to walk around carrying him and picking it so that he can pick fruit and eat it while he's using Sinbad as a sort of vehicle and a slave. And that's a very typical story from 1001 Nights, of where you actually put yourself out for someone and he rewards you with nothing but taking advantage of you. It's a different attitude to the way society works. In the Western fairy tales, they're telling you, look, be kind and nice to other people. They might be able to help you as well, however infirm they look. Whereas in the Arabic folk tales, it's be afraid of everyone around you because they're all going to take advantage of you given half a chance. That is an attitude towards the world that the Arabic and so Muslim cultures have, that Western cultures don't have at the basic level. And actually, this is probably a problem that Western cultures have in understanding Arabic cultures, because they think that if they're going to be nice to people in an Arabic culture, then they will get reciprocal treatment, whereas the people from an Arabic culture think if they see somebody being nice to them, putting themselves out for them, they feel that this is their cue to take advantage of them or to be nasty to them. And that fellow who was shouting at the rabbi is an absolute epitome of that attitude. Now, I'm not saying that all people from that culture are like that, because the ones who have grown up in Western cultures, they, with any luck, have been exposed to the Western idea of reciprocity. And so they act better. They know about this system, this circular system. But it doesn't sound like the fellow who was doing the shouting. From his accent, he has either not been brought up in Britain, or he has been, but within a sort of Muslim ghetto. And he doesn't know anything about this reciprocity nonsense. And so he feels that he can shout at somebody like that, an outsider, and be lauded for it. That's Lauded. not Lorded. Anyway, that's my take on that video, which I didn't intend to make. This is very extemporary right now, what I'm saying here, and I've still got these cables here. I don't know why I'm still holding on to them, and the mouse doesn't work. Oh, I think I told you that, didn't I? All right, I think I'm going to upload this video, and I'm going to give up on this whole wiring thing until I can find an adapter for this into an HDMI socket. No, a USB socket. Oh, yeah, I'm tired. Well, I'll see you at the other end of these elections, won't I? Until next time. You can help my channel by clicking like, by subscribing, by clicking the notification bell, and by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels are in the description, also links to donation sites, but really the best way you can help me is simply by clicking like. Thank you.